Hello, hello, hello. Happy New Year to everybody. We're in 2020. I'm excited about that. I'll talk about some of why. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for watching. I hope everybody is doing well. It's been a while since I've been on, and it's something that's on my mind. And I am definitely making a conscious practice and also a promise. Something else wants to come in other than promise, but a promise to do videos much more frequently, and realistically I would like them to be once or twice a week. I just feel like, man, I've been working so much. I love astrology, and since it was Virgo season, which I have a Virgo South Node, and kind of since then things have just been, feeling like they're just lining up in so many areas. I'm working on so much stuff in so many areas of my life, but astrology is one of those things that keeps coming back in. And in September I made a commitment is the word I want to say, commitment to learning more about astrology in 2020. I've loved astrology for all of my life since I got out of my parents' house, because being raised in the religion that I was, astrology was definitely not allowed. But it's something that I came to early on in what I call my spiritual journey or my healing journey. And I'm so glad that I have, because it just feels like I'm with Astrology Hub, which I love Amanda and her team, and she inspires me in so many ways. At some point through my own healing process, I was really, thinking that, like, oh, I want to do her model, which I think her model's a little too busy for me at this point in my life. And I guess through my healing process too, I have really come to terms with the fact that, like, the quality and quantity of my life is really important. Like how I spend time with my friends, and making sure that I eat healthy and exercise my body, and that I'm living a balanced life. So that's why I love the 2020 thing. I am a Libra. So the balance thing is always like, okay, over here. And I had one of my friend astrologers here locally tell me, I don't know, it's probably been about 5 years ago. She's like, yeah, Libras tend to like swing the pendulum over here and then over here before they find their kind of middle ground. And that's really helped me, because I have been accused of being bipolar before, which is funny, but that helps explain to me, that, like, okay, I can be over here and I can be over here. But it also helps me understand multiple sides of stories too, where people are coming from. So I think that helps me just have a more expanded consciousness and mind around things, and to be able to see both sides of the story. I've also been accused of, sticking up for the underdog, which I'm good with all of those things, because I think it's important to build upon ourselves. And a lot of my time here with winter, man, I've been loving winter. I was born in the fall, right? And I tend to get like this boost of energy around my birthday, so I never really was able to settle in and relax into seasonal stuff. And the last several years, that's something that I have been cultivating into my life and into my world. And man, it's been juicy. It's been so good. And This winter, I just really have been able to sink into, there's been times where I'm like, oh, it's 8 o'clock, it's dark, I'm going to bed. It just feels like my body wants to sleep, That hasn't been the case more recently, but earlier on, and it was really more fall than winter. But just like sinking in, it's been raining here in California, so sinking into like, not as much rain as I would like, but sinking into kind of the weather and the darkness and going inward. And another one of those things that I have cultivated in my life is kind of following the seasons and the ebb and flow of the changes that come all the time in our environment. So astrology hooks me up to the stars and to the planets. So I spend a lot of time. I've done sunset watching my whole life. I lived in a house. I was blessed to be raised primarily in a home where I could see the sunset and the sunrise. And I still have a dream of that, as a home now. Although I don't want to be high up on a hill because I don't really care for the wind. The wind and I have gotten better over the years, but still I don't really care for the wind so much. And usually if you have like a peak, there's more wind up there. So trying to find something where I find a sunrise and a sunset, or a moonrise and moonset too. All of the above, please. Without a lot of wind is probably going to be challenging. So if I have to pick, I'm going to pick the sunset because I don't tend to be a super early morning person. So all of these things are kind of patterns and habits and, things that we come into, or things that I have come into. And I guess I'm welcoming you to look at that and come into in your own right if you haven't already begun this. Because I do definitely feel like we've started a new decade. And so much is going on in our skies, in our planets, planetarily, that is kind of leading us to, we're starting a lot of long-term cycles are like at completion. So we have new beginnings. So we have a lot of beginnings and endings happening right now. And what I feel intuitively is, that the patterns and habits that we're setting up right now are going to be patterns and habits that, kind of carry us through this decade. And even longer patterns and habits too. So we've started out with an eclipse and some intensity here at the beginning of the year. And it's something that's going to continue through 2020. And then I think as time progresses, we as human beings are being asked more and more to step up to like our true selves and our soul selves, and look at, start asking questions about our financial institutions and our housing system and our food system and our banking system and, so many, our schools, so many things around us, to like, I was taught that it takes a lot of hard work to be successful, and starting a business is hard. And is that really true? Is that really how it has to be? Because I don't know, the more I learn and the more people's books I read, and my mind always is thinking. I have Mercury in my sun sign in Libra in the 10th house. So for me, that means like my mind, like part of my presence in the world is attached to the way I think in my mind, and it's big. It's on like the global scale of who my soul is, which I think is a beautiful thing. Yeah. So I implore you to ask yourself questions and to make 2020 or 2020 about bringing some balance into your life. 2020 is what we consider perfect vision. So what is your perfect vision for the new decade? What is your perfect vision for 2020? Do you have one? Do you want to have one? So yesterday, I was running errands. I've been trying to find, I have a calendar, a planner, a calendar that I would really like, but it's more than my budget can afford right now. And so I've been doing all kinds of research on calendars because I feel like I have so many areas in my life. You know, my spiritual life is important. My yoga practice or my time out in nature is important. My time with friends is important. My time with my children is important. So I've been looking for something that can kind of allow me to like express myself in all of those areas and make sure that I'm staying on track too with my business and my soul's purpose. Yeah, totally. It's a process, I tell you. It's such a process. It's so funny. When I moved to California, I was like, oh, I need to take like a year to heal. And it's been 6 years, and I just feel like I'm getting my sea legs, which is good. It's been a really amazing and very deep journey. So anyways, yesterday, I love crystals. I love lots of stuff. It comes from nature. And that speak to me too. So the card I drew yesterday on my crystal oracle cards by Colette Baron Reed, which I love her. She's one of my favorite oracle authors for sure. Was Chrysocolla. So yesterday, I went into town and I was headed over to a shop to get some ashwagandha, something that I keep hearing here recently. And it's an, we call it anti-pathogen or something like that. I forget. But it's supposed to be an anti-inflammatory and be good for helping kind of cleanse your body. So if I hear something twice, I'm like, okay. And then once I hear it more than that, I'm like, okay, I got it. Like, thank you. So on the way to Rosemary's in town yesterday, there was a crystal shop. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to pop in there because there's been a couple crystals that I've been wanting. And this Chrysocolla one is one. And man, it's so pretty. I really, really like it. It almost looks like turquoise. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, that's really close to turquoise. And then Amazonite too. They did have Amazonite. Amazonite, yes. But I didn't get that one. I got a piece of sodalite. It's pretty too. It's tumbled, obviously. Well, maybe not obviously. Maybe not everybody knows that. Tumbled means that the rocks, this is not tumbled, so it's got like a rougher surface and it's kind of more like coming from the earth. And then this one here is tumbled, so it's got shiny and it's smooth. So Chrysocolla is about telling our truth. So I thought that would be good to bring while we're looking at what our goals and what we'd like to accomplish for 2020 or the decade of the 20s. I'm so glad to be in a new decade. I really am. Like, it took me a while to like get with the program. I think it was like December where I was like, holy shit, this is a new decade. Oh my goodness. And I'm glad. I'm super glad that it's a new decade. Anyways, this is about telling our truth and really accepting who we are. I always love what the authors put in their cards or in the crystal deck, so I'm going to read to you what Colette Baron Reed says about Chrysocolla. It's an excellent stone to use when we need assistance in speaking up and speaking our truth. Meditation, maybe that's good. Meditation with this stone helps us open and clear the throat chakra, allowing the words of the heart to rise up and be expressed. Chrysocolla teaches us to be aware that our words carry vibration. through sound and ask us to be conscious of what vibration we are choosing to send out into the world. Which I've noticed for myself, that it's easier for me to send out a vibration of love and positivity when that, it's somebody that when I'm with somebody that I resonate with, or that I don't feel challenged by, and being a Libra and having relationships being so important to me, and deep relationships being so important to me, it's something that I definitely am learning about, and am grateful to have support from Chrysocolla to speak my truth. I want to put a little shout out to my boys, to my youngest. He's been sick today, not feeling well. So I want to say I love you, and I hope you get well super quick. Speedily recovery. And I know you're feeling better already this afternoon, so I'm happy about that. And then to my oldest two, just your mama's sending you some lovin's. I'm so glad that I was able to sit out here today. It's been days since I've been able to be outside for any length of time without feeling brrr. So I hope you can hear the creek a little bit in the background. Actually, I'm going to take you over to the creek. Can I do that? I don't know. We'll see if I can do that. But I'm feeling really blessed to be able to be out here and not have it chilly. We're going to have many more days of rain here coming up. So I'm going to try and take you over to the creek and see how that works. The trees right here have gone barren. I'm so thankful that there's rocks down in there, so it's noisy right by where I live. Blessings. Enjoy your day. I hope you get some time to be outside. Yeah, I do. I hope that you get some time to spend with a loved one, somebody that makes you happy, somebody who's not challenging, somebody who you resonate with on a deep, deep level. If you've got somebody who's a loved one who's sick or ill, maybe to make them some soup, or just be there to support them. And I think most of us like extra loves and hugs too when we're not feeling well. So, blessings. So much love.